It doesn't look southerly. What made you think so?
I didn't say I think so. It could be northerly for all I know.
I wouldn't have thought so.
Well, if you're going to be dogmatic...
Wait a minute. We came from roughly south according to the rough map.
I see. Well, which way did we come in? Roughly.
In the morning, the sun would be easterly. I think we can assume that.
That it's morning?
If it is, the sun is over there. For instance, that would be northerly. On the other hand, if it was not morning and the sun is over there, that would still be northerly. To put it another way, if we came from down there, it is morning and the sun would be up there. And if it actually is over there and it's still morning, we must have come from up there. And if that is southerly and the sun is really over there, then it's the afternoon. However, if none of these is the case...
Why don't you go and have a look?
Pragmatism? Is that all you have to offer? You seem to have no conception of where we stand. You won't find the answer written down for you in the bowl of a compass. I can tell you that. Besides, you can never tell this far north. It's probably dark out there.
I merely suggest that the position of the sun, if it is out, would give you a rough idea of the time. Alternatively, the clock, if it's going, would give you a rough idea of the position of the sun. I forget what you're trying to establish.
I am trying to establish the direction of the wind.
There isn't any wind. Drop? Yes.
In that case, the origin. Trace it to its source, and it might give us a rough idea of the way we came in, which might give us a rough idea of south for further reference.
It's coming up through the floor. That can't be south, can it?
That's not a direction. Lick your toe and wave it around a bit.
No, I think you're going to have to lick it for me.
I'm prepared to let the whole matter drop.
Or I could lick yours, of course.
No, thank you.
I'll even wave it around for you.
What in God's name is the matter with you?
Just being friendly.
Somebody might come in. It's what we're counting on after all, ultimately.
Perhaps they've all trampled to death in a rush. Give them a shout. Something provocative. Intrigue them.
Wheels have been set in motion, and they have their own pace to which we are condemned. Each move is dictated by the previous one. That is the meaning of order. If we start being arbitrary, it's going to be in shambles. At least, let us hope so. Because if we just happened to discover, or even suspect, our spontaneity was part of their order, we'd know that we were lost. A Chinaman of the Tang dynasty, and by which definition a philosopher, dreamed he was a butterfly, and from that moment he was never quite sure that he was not a butterfly, dreaming he was a Chinese philosopher. Envy him in his twofold security.
Fire!
Where?
It's all right. I'm demonstrating the misuse of free speech to prove that it exists. Not to move. They should burn to death in their shoes.
What was it?
What?
Heads or tails?
Oh, I didn't look.
Yes, you did.
Oh, did I? Quite right. It rings a bell.
What's the last thing you remember?
I don't wish to be reminded of it.
We cross our bridges when we come to them and burn them behind us, with nothing to show for our progress except a memory of the smell of smoke and a presumption that once our eyes watered.
No. I say, is this a good shot for this movie?
Wonderful, simply wonderful.
Bring out the tea and crumpets, please.
Yummy!